the start of a new season is a great time to check in on your health.
I would say so. So our next guest is going to share some easy things we can do in our routines to give us that boost that we need for fall. It's back to school. It's a new season. We're approaching chillier weather. So for all of that, once again, we welcome back to New York Living Miss Maya Feller. She's a registered dietitian and nutritionist, also friend of the show. Maya, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you ready for back to school?
I am ready for my kids to go back to school. One went back today. I've got one going back on Monday. We home stretch.
Yeah, I think we're having a little bit of trouble with your mic.
difficulties, so Maya, just go ahead and yell at us.
Absolutely. Let me just yell so you can hear me. I shall project.
I'll scooch closer to you.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll lean in.
Oh, perfect.
So back to school, and I don't have children going back to school. I'm not going back to school. But when people think about resetting, they often think about detoxing or doing a cleanse in any season of your life. So let's start there. When do you think about doing something like that? Is it really necessary? What are your thoughts on like a cleanse or a reset?
So I've got lots of thoughts on a cleanse or a reset. The first thing that I want to tell everyone is you are absolutely enough.
Okay.
Cleanse, right? I know, folks, like lean into that. Cleanses and resets often work from this idea that we need to remove things. And what I want folks to do is reframe how they're thinking about the fall. What can they add to their routine to support and bolster their immune system and also their mental health as well?
Amen to that.
Can I put you on my shelf? Because
I know.
I already feel better. Sincerely.
Just being around your aura is like already helping me cleanse.
Yeah, but one of the things that you do recommend that we do is head outside. Get moving.
Yes, yes. I just came back from this amazing river rafting trip in Oregon. I was 4 days on the river in wilderness.
Oh my gosh.
And then I came back and I was thinking, okay, I can't go on row adventures every weekend, but what can I do in the city? What are the free things that I can do that gets me outside? City parks, the city beaches, all the walks, and there is, there's tons of space. When we go outside, emotionally we feel better, our digestion is better, it's fantastic for our immune system. So get outside while there's sunlight.
What's great is that doesn't cost a thing.
I was just going to say, and
Exactly.
there's so much to do in the city that's free, that all falls under that umbrella.
Exactly.
Love, love, love. Now let's talk about food, because I love this. I always take the screenshots of like when the foodie influencers post, okay, here's what to eat this season, here's what's in season, and then I never actually remember to bring it with me to the grocery store. They say eat seasonal, and it makes sense, right? So what's seasonal right now as far as vegetables, maybe fruits, produce, that we should be eating?
So last weekend when I went to the farmer's market, it was bursting with tomatoes. There were tons of fresh herbs, leafy greens, but the light ones. And I was thinking, what if I had access to those in the winter or the colder months? So what I'm telling my patients right now, this is a fantastic time to become your grandmother and think about processing your food for colder months. So taking your herbs, pureeing them, putting them in ice cube trays, pureeing those tomatoes down to use for a sauce later on in the season, right? So you have that taste of the end of summer as you enter into fall and winter. So you can put it on those root vegetables, those heavy leafy greens that are going to start coming up as the seasons change.
I love a root vegetable, but I'm not becoming your grandmother. I love it. That's exactly where my head just went when you said that. I love it.
I was thinking about my granny. She was always in the kitchen, like something from the garden,
Yes.
saving it for later. And then those tastes were just incredible.
Yeah.
I gotta try that.
Because those are the things you miss so much once it gets colder and colder. You just
Exactly.
want to be. Speaking of fall, though, with fall comes fall allergies. So how do we prep for that?
Oh my goodness, people are already starting to get that itchy, scratchy.
Yep.
Even though it's 90 degrees
here.
outside, there's still it's happening.
We can't win.
I love to talk about hydration and then also using herbal teas, so it's going to double. I like things like stinging nettles. I love to see, I know, right? It's a really interesting flavor. Dandelion teas.
Oh, yes.
Right, so all of these things that are really helping to support the system while hydrating you. And I usually recommend, of course, talk to a qualified healthcare provider. But if you're going to use those medicinal teas, you're drinking 3 to 4 cups per day as a supportive additive to your regular routine.
Wow, 3 to 4 times a day.
3 to 4 times a day. Yep.
Listen, I got the dandelion tea on deck
Right.
in
Do
my
you
really?
apartment when the colder months arrive. It is so good with a little bit of honey.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we
like
get
that.
fancy now. Okay. Now, this is a sore subject for me and Hazel
Yes,
as well.
ma'am.
Sleep. I know that's a big factor in everything in our lives, but how does this specifically factor into our overall health?
Sleep is important for every functional system in the body. In the summer months, the days are a little bit longer and the sleep is shorter. As we enter into fall, actually sleeping is supportive for our overall health. When we're thinking about whole body health, sleep's a time when we're rejuvenating, right? Our body's healing and restoring. So as those time changes happen and we see the shift in light, get to bed a little bit earlier. Get yourself on a routine. It's actually going to set you up for the morning and set you up for like a more productive day.
Yeah, because if you don't, what ends up happening, Dee?
When we don't sleep, it's really hard for us to regulate kind of our rhythms. It's also really hard for us to have ordered eating. So when we're tired, we're like, oh, I'm not going to put that together. I don't have the energy for that. And
that is so crazy, but it's so true.
Yeah.
It's such a legit phenomenon. And
It really is.
Sleep, man.
Right. I'm there for it. I want you to sleep.
I want me to sleep too. That sounded really nice about rejuvenating and all that beautiful stuff.
Yeah. Finally, we want to talk about the importance of community and your health.
I know. So I want you both to think about a time this summer where you were surrounded by people that absolutely made you belly laugh, right? Was there food? Was there a good feeling? We go back to work and we go back to our silos. And what I want to remind everyone is keep that community going, right? Keep those regular dinners with your friends, because generally we tend to feel better when we're around those that we love and people who lift us up, especially in food communal eating sessions. So yeah, don't let the community go. Lean into your friendships, reach out to folks, invite them over to dinner, cook with them, go out with them. Just because it's fall or fall is coming doesn't mean that
Winter is coming.
Those cooler temps are coming somewhere. I mean, not right now, but they're coming. That's so true, though. The community, good for the soul.
Good for the soul.
You're never not going to feel better after you hang out with your tribe.
And it's great for the digestion, right?
Really?
Of course. So when we eat together, think about this. You're more likely to put together a meal or a dish that is full of color, lots of ingredients. That's really nourishing. You're going to get all these vitamins and minerals. You're going to have multiple vegetables. You're going to have sometimes animal proteins. Those are all the things that really help our cells to function optimally. When we're alone, I think about family members who live alone. They're like, I don't want to cook for myself. But a friend comes over, all of a sudden, the meal shifts.
That is so true.
Right?
The reasoning may be different for everybody. For me, it's like, well, let me put out something that's going to impress everybody. But it's always a 3-course. You have all the food groups covered. When you're by yourself, it's a girl dinner, as they say. You got some charcuterie and nothing colorful.
But you also leave with a feeling of accomplishment. You feel better about yourself,
course.
right?
Good food is a good mood.
Listen, I'm here for all of it. I want us all to go into the fall feeling really good and thinking about what we can add to our routine, right? Thinking about those moments that are supportive, the things that we want to take from the summer and carry all the way through to the next year.
Amen.
Well, I already feel better.
I know. And if you want to feel better too, make sure you follow Maya. Maya, plug the socials.
Oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Maya Feller RD. Also, if you want to get some excellent recipes, you can purchase my book, Eating From Our Roots, everywhere that books are sold.
Oh, I'm so glad you're part of our community.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you are, Maya. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
All right.
Appreciate you both.
Still ahead.